Happy Friday! I am so glad it is Friday, as always. But as I start to go into the school year, I realize I haven't had much of a break working administratively. I have shut down a few extra projects for the month, which has been nice. And in thinking of that and talking to people, we're surprised at how fast this summer has been. And so as I was practicing some of my own self-care, I was at lunch with a friend, and I am very lucky because a lot of my friends are psychologists and social workers, and I feel like I get free therapy here and there. Slyly, I ask questions like, what do you think? And I was thinking about what teachers need to do this year as they practice self-care. And so I have with me Dr. LaShawn Williams. And for those of you that don't know her, please go to her page. She's at UVU. She's part of the Black Clinicians group and is just an all-around awesome person. So
thank you.
Yes. We had lunch together. That's how I practice self-care.
Yes.
I get lunch in when I can outside of the office. And so it got me thinking. And so I'm going to ask you a question.
Yes.
As teachers go back to school this year, there's a lot of just scrutiny and deep examination of our profession. I think the biggest thing with education is because everyone has been to school, they think they know how to do school, when in reality, education and teaching is a craft.
Absolutely.
And an art. But we feel, fearful that some of the things that we teach is going to be scrutinized.
Yeah.
It's under the microscope. We feel like we can't really navigate our teaching really well. So what advice would you give to teachers on self-care throughout the year?
Yes.
And what can they do to downplay their mental struggles that they might be having?
Okay. So what I would say first to teachers is thank you for the work that you're doing. And I think so many of us, I'm a parent of 3, and having to try to make myself feel like I knew I was doing a job that you all are trained to do was a long experience for me. And what I would say is this. 1, building self-care into your classroom and the activities that you're doing with your kids is one of the ways to ensure that you're doing it and you're teaching them to do it, which then allows them to say, this is this cool thing we did, and it was a community event or a classroom event. It creates community culture in the classroom. The second thing is block off the time. I spent this last week in my planner and I blocked off not just time to work out, but a 30-minute reminder that I was going to work out at 2 o'clock, and 30 minutes after that meant I was going to, shower and get ready and get back into my routine. That is 2 hours that I blocked out for working out 3 times a week, and I felt like, that's too much time, but it's not. It is not. If I don't put that time in there, if I don't add in lunch, if I don't do it, it's not going to show up, and I'm going to find other things to put into those places. So for you all, I have done it in my college classrooms. I make a self-care assignment for my students, and it gets us talking about what self-care looks like for them this semester. We check in once a month. I encourage whatever you can do to teach your kids self-care that you're teaching this year, teach them. So far as your curriculum and how you're teaching, do your best. You could say 1 + 1 is 2, and someone is going to say that it's wrong.
Girl.
It's still 1 + 1 is 2. You still need to teach it. And the support, we go from self-care to squad care. Find your squad, take care of each other together, and take care of yourselves. It feels so weird to block off time for yourself. However, even if you just block the time off for yourself to say, it really takes me 2 hours to do this, and I want to honor those 2 hours instead of pretending that I can fit everything into just 1 hour because that's what it says on my planner. Be realistic, be committed, and be caring to yourself. Teach what you know is right and what you need to teach, because even if someone else thinks it's wrong, you're going to still show up tomorrow and you're going to keep teaching it, because as we say, there's going to be at least one student that you impact forever. And so let this time be that time, whether you impact them with self-care or with some additional critical thinking and identity development kinds of skills and tasks. Do the work. That's why we signed up for who we are and for what we do, whether it's social work, therapy, educators, etc. Let's keep doing the work, and let's keep surrounding ourselves with people who get it.
Ooh, sis, that's so good. See, This is why it helps to have friends all the way. And squad care. This right here is what it is.
If you saw her arm,
I love it. Yes.
holding that camera out so that I could record, it was squad care.
That's right, because we don't
It
have
was.
we don't have
a
the
tripod
stuff.
or anything.
I'm not doing all the things, and maybe I should, but it worked out.
It did,
And
it did.
I'm glad that we can have the time together to have lunch and just
Yes,
chat, get to know each
yes,
other
so
more.
good.
And so even if you have to team up with your team and say we're going to eat lunch just in our classroom,
Yeah.
not in the faculty lounge, and just have a day where you bring snacks in from the store, because we're still in the panini, so we don't want to share all the germs, but just do things like that and be realistic for yourself, and just know that it will be okay, and it's going to be an awesome year. So those are
Yes.
some Friday facts. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Talk to you all later.